Hi there, this is a motivational speaker, success philosopher, and always a rider. Riding horse, riding SUVs, riding most powerful motorbikes. That DNA or the creed and philosophy I developed from one of my great friend and my grandfather. He was Mr. Dev Narayan. He taught me to be a great athlete. So I learned this. Now you see in the screen you find Suzuki V-Strom. Of course it is a baby V-Strom, just 250cc. Power is also little. It is just 26.5 at 93 RPM, 9300 you can say, 9500. And also the torque, which is very little, 22.2 at the 7,300. It's quite small. That's why some of the Australian friends call it baby V-Strom. Higher siblings, 650, 800 DE, 1050. All these are really heavier bikes from the Suzuki. And now there are some more to come. 700D is also in the pipeline. But I tell you, these bikes, is being the smallest one, still it is nearing something like 200 kg. The literature says it is 167 kg, but I tell you it is much more than, with some accessories and the payload and so on and so forth. So handling these bikes is not like street riders. Very challenging, very difficult. You can kill yourself. You can fracture your bone, your hips, your shoulder, your wrist and arm. Because this bike has a tendency to be off balance, because once you are making twist and turn, U-turn, L-turn, whatsoever, the CG become disturbed. So there you have to develop this skill. Best is go to the coaching centers, the trainers, off-road trainers, the adventure riders. They have put their lives to learn this skill. Be not a fool. Just like me, I got this bike, but as I'm a success philosopher, I know the secret of success. Here the purpose is to become the master of riding these heavy adventure bikes. I'm putting my best efforts. I'm collecting all the information from literature. YouTube is a real treasure house, and there are a lot of experts who are really professional adventure bike trainers. And what I learned from them, you have to keep your bike always vertical. Try to be vertical. But once you are making circles or U-turn or some stiff turns, the bike has to be lean towards right or left, depending on your direction. And there is a real skill. This is a metal and some plastics and some other materials. It has no power of its own. So you have to be very careful to govern the brakes, rear and front, your throttle, which is the source of power, and the power transmission is done through the clutch. I've dropped my bike several times. Instead of my knowing the theory of it, theoretical knowledge, but practice makes perfect. That's why one of my friends, Moto Tetsu, always teach you, shut your mouth and go to the field and practice and practice and practice and develop this skill and experience so that you can really give sufficient power once your bike is bending, counterbalancing all your weight and all these. So I'm very small. I'm not a great rider, but I'm experienced and my desire and interest is as great as anybody else. And this is reflected in the ground. You see here, a lot of circles you will find here, because there is the skill, how to control your throttle and then give sufficient power through your clutch friction zone, so that bike has sufficient might, so that it is not influenced by the gravitational pull, otherwise it can fall. Twisted my ankle, hit my bones, on my hip, everywhere I have been injured. But if you like to be serious off-roader, my friend, buy the appropriate riding suits, riding boots, a very reliable helmet, wonderful gloves. And if you want still some further advance, take it all as weatherproof, waterproof, ice-proof. So, bottom line, you may have interest and desire, maybe consuming obsession and passion to be a rider, but the homework is very important. You have to make a blueprint, a well-planned action, committed, dedicated, passionately. Practice and practice. And you love your bike. It's very difficult to buy the SUV or the motorbike, adventure bikes. They are very expensive and they are very heavy. So the money is very important. Guard your bikes by, the crash guards, protective. In my bike, you see, Suzuki VS-Strom 250 is giving very small accessories guard, he says. But that is not enough. In the higher version, 1050 and all these, the pride of the bikes by the German BMW, you know that very difficult and very heavy bike, more than 500 pound, and Kawasaki 700 pound, and so on and so forth. These heavy bikes need also some crash guards so that it cannot have a lot of damage. Money counts. And riders, most of the time, they don't earn too much money. They enjoy the nature like I do, and they are very happy person. So, bottom line, point one, learn the skill, adventure bike riding, slow riding, high riding, U-turn, circle, everywhere. And I have learned from people, you keep your sight far off, not looking the front tires. And you have to adjust your weight. You can be sitting riding, you can be having a squat riding, all these advanced skills. It needs a lot of effort. Otherwise, it can be very dangerous. And believe in yourself. You need courage. When you are making swift turn, it looks that you are going to fall, and being timid in a skirmish, if you reduce the supply of the power to the bike, you will fall. I have fallen several times. Die! But never allow fear and doubt come to you. I tell you, friends, what I learned from the best moto titsu and moto riders and ride adventures, they taught me, you will never fall. Give sufficient power, but not exaggerated, not monstrous power. Learn this skill, how much power, how much clutch, friction zone adjustment, and how much braking. Also, one thing what I found, people say, learn very fast braking in emergency sometime. That is also very dangerous, because if you apply suddenly front brake, the bike become off balance. Try to keep the bike vertical, what I have learned, practiced. Just now I was likely to fall. But thanks to my presence of mind and intelligence, I could balance my body and I could not fall. If the bike falls, my heart bleeds. I love my bike. It's so sweet and lovely partner. In the lonely area, in the jungles, on different trails and terrains, it's my companion. Better than humans who are selfish, greedy, angry, hateful. They will never stand by you. But this bike is always with you. You respect it. You love it. And loving is by maintaining properly and learning the right skill. Thank you, viewers. This is a fresh rider, baby rider on a BB VS-Strom Suzuki 250 SX. Thank you.